plans going on here. Going to have an excellent Taxsaver and more.
Hi, Mark, and good afternoon, radio listeners. Yes, and I've got a couple of things I want to talk about. First, I want to wish everybody a happy and safe 4th of July tomorrow. And if there's children shooting off fireworks, be sure to have proper adult supervision. Even though they're safe and sane, they're still injuries.
And strictly forbidden everywhere.
Yes.
Like Yaps, where I'm going. The Yucaipa Animal Placement Society, that's a no-kill shelter. It provides fundraising for them. It's right at the end of the football field at Yucaipa High School, where the city has a fireworks show, and we watch that. And we have In-N-Out burgers. It's really good. And everyone should have fun like that. And saying or not, everything's out about it. Is an acceptable fine. The first one is $3,000. The next fine is $5,000, and then it's $10,000 each occurrence after that. So my advice to everybody is don't do it. Don't do it.
I was going to mention those fines, and you're right. Not all cities and areas allow that. Mm-hmm. I live in Highland. Highland does not. So you best not shoot anything off over there, or you'll be subject to the penalties.
Yeah, there's absolutely no fireworks whatsoever, and there's a reason for that. We experienced, we watched, Eaton Fire. We watched, the fire in Altadena and also in Pacific Palisades just devastate people. And, in this day and age, and especially with the bark beetle and with the drought and, just the overall bad conditions of the fire and, combustible fields and stuff out there, it's just, don't be selfish. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just come to a fireworks show and celebrate fireworks by keeping people safe.
Yeah, we have a big one usually every year. The Emmanuel Baptist Church puts on things, and
that's the one.
Others do also.
My friend Jerry, not the governor, but my friend Jerry Brown, who lives in Highland, has a house right out of a bluff that overlooks that. And all the times I go there too, and they have barbecues, and the neighbors come down and watch. And and watch them on a hillside, or just look up in the sky. There's plenty of fireworks that are safe. People, and I just can't. Dogs have a hard time with all this. Sometimes in my neighborhood, I hear fireworks going off at 3 a.m. in the morning, and it's like, come on, people, go to bed.
In this time of dry and hot season, there's multiple fires going on all over the place now.
Right.
And not all of them are set intentionally. It could be somebody rode a motorcycle, off-road motorcycle. The exhaust might set it off, or somebody might be out camping, and that campfires might not be allowed. So you got to be real careful out there these days.
And I've seen some things on social media to catch you. First of all, we're going to have drones and things up in the air. But in Yucaipa, they're going to have the park rangers out. They're going to have the police department out. They're going to have public employees that have been listed to help with this.
Sheriff's Department.
The Sheriff's Department. And, if it happened on your property, you at that moment, you fine a few weeks or months later, because they don't talk to you at that very moment, or they can't talk to you at that very moment, doesn't mean that you're not going to get those fines. $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. I wouldn't mess with it. Much cheaper to, but it's the ticket, but you get a meal, Yaps, and any kid 12 is at $1 only. So it's only $1 for the kids. So that's a good thing. Moving on, I think we've kind of, this is a terrible joke, but okay. What do you call an exploding duck on the 4th of July? A firecracker. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself.
Because of the season,
right?
I'm going to recover some of what I've talked about in the past. And of course, Palisades, that was a bad fire up there in L.A. County. There's about 4 or 5 areas, devastating. We had ours when I was the county assessor. We lost actually more properties, more homes than they did. But they had big commercial and churches and the whole city in Palisades. That's terrible. But ours was mainly houses, over 15,000 homes, about another 35,000 that were damaged. And it was myself and my staff was out at Norton Air Force Base, the evac center, and was helping everybody every day because, see, when they're evacuated, they have no way to get any insurance help from their insurance carrier because they don't know if it's burned down or not. But we gave them every day a new list that had burnt down, and we verified it. And I gave them a form with my signature, and they took that to the insurance carriers, and then they could get immediate help, get money to go to a hotel or go rent a house, or because you ain't going to rebuild that right away. Some of those takes 2, 3, 4, 5 years to get them rebuilt. But anyway, there's two. The one is, I call it the Disaster Calamity Program under Section 170 of the Revenue and Taxation Code. But San Bernardino County on the form itself says Damaged Property Reassessment Application. And then on the form itself it says Misfortune and Calamities. But anyway, it has to have at least 10,000 damage. So, and it does not have to be a fire. This program is for earthquakes, wind damage, storm damage, as well as fires. In fact, and it does not have to be a declared disaster by the governor or anyone. In fact, when I was the assessor 3 times under Section 170, I declared it a disaster. Mm-hmm. And they run it in the newspaper and on the radio, and people come in and we help them if they had damage. But, I want to caution because back when I was the assessor in Rialto alone, and since I was in Kiwanis and Rialto and lived there, I was quite familiar with the Rialto area. And I found 8 houses that had caught on fire and burnt down. And 2 Kiwanians happened to be on 2 different streets that they happened to happen on. Then I started driving around and found, and that's only one city. And that was just me driving around. So I'm sure there were more than that. And you multiply that times other cities, and they're allowed there. But I got to tell you, it's still got people. We get people at the fireworks booth coming in, the kids, wanting to buy the buildings that go up in the air. Well, those buildings are mortars that you hear the boom, boom, boom. And tonight, I expect there will be a lot of them out and doing that. And they are, like Mark said, they've got new technology now, and they got drones out there, and those drones can hover in there and take pictures. Mm-hmm. So they can. Used to be in the old days, by the time the police got there, they couldn't tell who did the. There's a bunch of them standing around. They don't know who shot dog.
And to pin on the property where it happens.
Yeah.
And as a so boom.
That's right.
And all that stuff, and you have a license show. And what you talk about, in San Bernardino still, and the 210 freeway, or we used to call the 30 freeway, and you can to Pepper and Victoria.
You got to make sure of your boundaries because, again, that San Bernardino City does allow it in certain places and not in certain other places.
In Yucaipa or Calamasa or any place like that, and you come off, it doesn't matter when you purchase them, it's that you did it there. So, that's a good thing, and some very time-wise and informative information. Don Williamson, assessor.
Let me talk just a little bit more about the form. First, you can get this form. By the way, it's up to the assessor to do it anyway. Mm-hmm. But sometimes they're a little slow about getting the information on doing it, and they can expedite it if they get the form. They can go in, and because this station covers more than one county, this is a statewide program. So it's applicable to all counties, whether it's L.A. County, San Bernardino County, Riverside County. And it is an assessor program that is administered by the assessor's office. So you can go into your local assessor county website and go in and look under forms, look under disaster calamity, or however they want to call it. San Bernardino County says damaged property reassessment application. And but be sure, if you get the form off the web, be sure to get the information sheet that goes with it and the instruction sheet that goes with it. And then I would turn that in to the assessor's office. I like you got a whole year to do it, but you know what? I tell people, put expedite by that word, so that they don't take their time. Because if you lost a house, you sure don't want them dragging their feet and being billed for property taxes for a house that don't exist. And anyway, then I suggest also the Proposition 8 decline in value form, because see, you've suffered a loss too, so I'd fill out that too along with it. And good luck. Just stay in touch with the assessor on it, though. Get it. Make sure myself, I'm a guy that likes to take it in, talk to them, and even get it there. And you can fill it out while you're sitting. Yeah, you can stand there and fill it out. Both forms are fairly easy.
And, we're going to do fun stuff. Everything's taken off right now. The freeway. Everyone's making plans for the 4th of July. It's supposed to be fun. And so, please, as we've been talking, and, get yourself fined. And it's time to barbecue. It's time to sell. It's time to think about the 4th of July. To kind of take some time off and to do some fun stuff. And fun stuff. And talk to them and something and it's my privilege and honor to and Shannon Cabanel, which Shannon is the of someone's work in Redlands in the Redlands Theater Festival by the name of Cliff Cabanella. We remember him, and that brings a smile to a lot of people's faces. And it's just amazing, this theater festival. If you do, it's a hidden gem, and something tonight on the 3rd. I think it's Young Frankenstein, the musical.
Yes.
And it's kind of in the pocket of trees in something called Prospect Park, right off of Highland. And I'm trying to think of the name of the street that goes down. Cajon, right? Has Cajon and Cajon. And it's back there, but there's a full amphitheater, very comfortable looking, and it seats about how many people?
Right now it seats up to about 300.
About 300, so there's plenty of room. And this will be a good night to go. And this is an amazing thing. Shannon, Alexis, we're so glad to have you to talk about this. And how can I describe this? You describe it a little bit like, but not. But it's for people who are theater enthusiasts, that's for sure. And that's not just the people who go see it, but the people who participate. It has to have an amazing amount of dedication, just like your dad did.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes. It's getting out there. They have rehearsals for these. Now, I participated in some theater, and I know, and just moving the sets from scene to scene to scene was difficult. But I can't imagine the logistic, I would almost call it nightmare, for 5 shows. And there's another show the next night.
It's a puzzle. It takes a lot of planning, a lot of creativity. Alex White is our amazing set designer, and he's done some beautiful work for us this year.
Is his name really Harry Potter? Because this is magic, right?
This is total magic. Now he's he's really captured the spirit of what we're trying to do and our limitations because it's a very small space. And
Yeah.
it's quite small. I mean, it's lovely. It's lovely. But backstage,
Nestled in Orange Groves.
Ne- in the bamboo forests, in the middle of a botanical garden, historical park, Prospect Park, used to be part of the Kimberly Crust, and they gifted the park to the city of Redlands a little over 50 years ago. And my dad, Cliff Cabanilla, was working at Valley College back in 1972. And
That's where I know him from. Oh, yes.
yeah.
Guy's name, the other guy, Harry, I remember now. It's been a long time since I've been in college. He worked with another guy over there. There was a theater teacher, professor over there.
Was it Stu Campbell?
Stu Campbell, yeah. Stu.
Great man, great friend. So yeah, he was hired by Crafton Hills College when the college started to start a theater program for Crafton. And there was no theater built yet, so the college was renting space from the city of Redlands downtown in an old A&P and an old P&A and an old hair academy. So
When did this start?
so that would have been 1972.
Okay.
And in the summers, as part of the summer school program, he started this repertory theater. And he scoped out some space up in the park before the theater was built. And every year they would build the theater from scratch. They rented a tractor one day from someplace or borrowed one and cut some terracing into the landscape, brought in some folding chairs, built a makeshift wooden stage and put up some sheets so that people could change costumes, had some porta potties.
Like the citizens that built it. Okay.
Grant
Later on.
from the city. While the theater was being built, the festival moved to downtown Redlands on State Street, where there's a park now, kind of over by Tartan.
The Ed Hills.
Yes. But before that was,
The restaurants, by the way.
oh yeah,
Mine
totally.
too.
Yeah.
They-
Tartan.
And Jeffrey Solomon, and I got to say, guys, and Kevin Rogers just reopened the Falconer.
That's what I heard.
Great. They redid it. It's really nice, and the food's really
Can't
good.
wait to check it out when I have a minute.
Shame, my friends.
Yeah, so for a couple of years while the theater was being built, we performed down on State Street, and then moved to our permanent location in Prospect Park, and we've been there ever since. So that was 1981 when it was finished, and here we are years later, and still at it.
Yeah, I'm from Ed Hills. Well, that's why I know that park's name. And then at the Tartan. My 38th birthday, was it? No, just June 24th there. I had the patio out there with DJ and all that. It was kind of fun.
Oh,
That
that's
was
fun.
good. Yeah, I was there.
And it's all about the festival is just amazing. There are 5 plays. Right now, Young Frankenstein will be tonight.
Tonight,
The musical.
the musical, and if you're a fan of the movie, you will love the musical, and you'll get all the jokes and all the gags. And
Do they for Hitler?
Yeah.
I'm on music because I'm in the orchestras and stuff, but I'm not on stage. That's right. You're right. Okay.
I
All right.
assume they have
I take that back.
costumes.
But,
costumes, lighting, you name it.
The whole thing.
yeah, okay. And I've watched that as well. And they have a few too. I don't want to just focus on that. The Spitfire Grill. Just give us a short Cliff's notes. Pardon the pun.
Yeah.
About that.
Spitfire Grill. Some of you may remember it was a movie back in the 1990s. It's a lovely story. It's a drama, which is not typically what we lean into for summer theater, but it's a and a beautiful story.
It's folksy music.
And Shannon, how long have you been involved with the theater there in this?
Well, I've been since birth, so the same age. I don't say what that age is.
It's a baby girl and the star.
I've been involved for 4 years now.
4 years? Okay. It's just amazing. The Spitfire, then you can't take it with you. You mentioned that as a classic, but for those of us who...
Classic Americana, 1930s, still holds up.
Okay. Anything going on in there? Is it?
No, it's a comedy,
Straight play, okay.
Just a lot of fun, quirky, wild characters.
Also the Thanksgiving play.
I'll let Alexis tell you about that one.
This is a satire. It is one of the first shows to be on Broadway, written by a Native American playwright. And so it's very satire. It's about some educators trying to put on a very culturally sensitive Thanksgiving play. They try to be very woke and very sensitive. And because of that, it just goes downhill the more they try to not upset anybody.
Yeah, well,
very fun. Fun to everybody, so it's fair. And it's hilarious.
So it's kind of a politically incorrect play a little bit, maybe.
A little bit.
A little bit. You know, hey, I'm woke. I embrace it myself. So I like diversity. I was going to make a joke, though. I was going to say, Native Americans, comedy? Wow. I guess that you can't have both together.
Does amazing comedic work.
I'm just joking. But, you know, this is the best for last because this is the one I really wanted to talk about. Because, Eric, you might like this one. Radios.
Oh, yeah.
What's that about?
Thank you very much. Engineer. Okay, go ahead.
So much fun. Small, a lot of musicians on stage. Some of them in drag, maybe.
Oh, how fun.
You decide.
Okay.
It's basically set in the 1920s, late 20s, about a group of eccentric women in Arkansas who pirate their own radio station.
Some heart here.
Yes, and they do it out of
Not that
room.
Not that I ever did any of that, but okay. Out of the living room, a pirate radio station.
Yes.
We've got to go see this, Eric.
Yeah, I like the sounds of it. It's very punk rock.
Not quite, but okay.
I mean, kind of.
Exactly. Piracy radio. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Fun once in a while with our Radio Shack transmitters back in the day and building them and putting wires together. That was
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Even when I was older, I actually built my college radio station at Cal State University San Bernardino back in the day.
My alma mater.
Yeah. And, hey, Coyotes.
Oh, yeah.
Not that we ever had a sports team back when I was there. I think they do have a sports team or two now, but yeah, it's not really a focus of that. That makes it unique, and they have a pretty nice theater there too.
They do. They have a brand new building that's about to open.
All right, and you know that San Bernardino High School, their theater's been completely redone.
Yes, beautiful.
It's beautiful, and there's this. We had last week. We had the superintendent of schools, Mauricio Ariano, on, and he's the leading charge of that. And redoing all our campuses, and they just look beautiful, and they're all repainted, new buildings, and it makes a big difference. Test scores have gone up, everything is going up, so I give him a plug too. So that's a good thing. The theater, it's at 1170 Cajon Boulevard.
Cajon Street, yes.
Cajon Street, okay. And 1170 Cajon Street. If you're looking for it, you can Google Redlands Theater. You know, how did you become involved besides birth? I know I'm talking to you, but Alexis, how did you become involved?
Watching Redlands Theater Festival, and I remember going to see my friends and see the shows, especially in high school summer. And I remember always saying, one day I'm going to do this. And 4 years ago, I moved back to Redlands. My mom was walking her poodle and saw audition signs, and I showed up, and the rest is history.
There you go. And that's the way, I tell you what, you get sucked right in there. And, you know, there are a lot of people in our listening audience. By the way, if you've just joined us and you're driving down the road, we are talking to some very movers and shakers, Alexis and Shannon from the Redlands Theater Festival. If you've never gone to see a live theater program, raise your hand or drive off the road. I don't care. No, kidding. But there are a lot of people who haven't done that. And this is a very unique experience. Something that is so totally different. That almost like theater in the round because it has like
It's a thrust.
It's a thrust, yeah.
So yes.
And you'll be very close It's live music. Probably you don't have an orchestra, do you?
We have music, yeah,
Music.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wonderful, wonderful.
which is very unusual these days.
Very unusual. Junior University, which I was involved with, I got to give them a plug too. I might meet a few people that might see this and say, "Why don't you talk about Junior University?" Too, and they always had live musicians, and that's how I became involved. Met a lot of people, and that's the wonderful thing about this. It's kind of a lifestyle, in a way.
Absolutely.
And in a minute, I ask you to tell a story, something that comes to your mind that what you most enjoyed, or a memorable moment that you most enjoyed. Yeah. So we'll do after the break. We have to go on break, and thank you, Eric, for reminding me that we're going to take a short break. This is KCA 1050 AM and 106.5 FM. I'm Mark Donald Williamson and Shannon. I'm going to try to remember your last name here. Galuska and Alexis Castle. And Donald will be back right after this.
And Express 106.5.
Upon us, throughout the county, and the 3 and the 10,000 still display all 19 at UConn. So on the policy at the Great Pop and Strength include In-N-Out Burgers ice cream as part of your ticket cost. There's also opportunity drawings, and you can enjoy and experience a dog parade. Tickets are available to attend the picnic and support the YAPS organization. YAPS is a non-profit organization in Yucaipa dedicated to finding permanent homes for dogs and cats. Enjoy your 4th of July at the picnic located at the YAPS facility on 13th Street, just west of Yucaipa High School. The fun starts at 4 p.m. and then you'll be set to watch the fireworks that go off at the high school. For NBC News Radio KCAA 1050 AM and Express 106.5 FM, I'm Lillian Vasquez, and you're up to date. KCAA, keeping California alert and aware.
KCAA.
Tahibo Tea Club's original Pure Pau Diarco Super Tea helps build red corpuscles in the blood, which carry oxygen to our organs and cells. Our organs and cells need oxygen to regenerate themselves. The immune system needs oxygen to develop, and cancer dies in oxygen. So the tea is great for healthy people because it helps build the immune system. And it can truly be miraculous for someone fighting a potentially life-threatening disease due to an infection, diabetes, or cancer. The tea is also organic and naturally caffeine-free. A 1-pound package of tea is $49.95, which includes shipping. To order, please visit TahiboTeaClub.com. Tahibo is spelled T like Tom, A-H-E-E, B like boy, O, then continue with the word tea, and then the word club. The complete website is TahiboTeaClub.com. Or call us at 818-610-8088, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. California time. That's 818-610-8088, TahiboTeaClub.com.
KCAA.
Alexis Castle and we're so happy to have him here. And some good, I know today, but it was the first music I could think of over the text to Eric.
What do you want to say? What you tried sending me, and then I was like, I have no idea what that is.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know that.
That's okay. Da, 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 da. The cabaret, the cabaret. Anyway, you don't want to hear me sing, trust me. Anyway.
Watch out for work.
Hey, you know what? I need fun in my life. But okay, let's talk about this. First of all, let's talk about the webpage real quick. I'm going to give our listeners just joining us the website address. You care to say that, Alexis?
Yes, you can find us at rtfseason.com. So it's Redlands Theater Festival, rtfseason.com.
Very good. And you have a Facebook page. Very good. And an Instagram page too, right?
That's right.
Okay, you can find out all about it. Now, if you would like to attend one of these great shows, and like I said before the break, there are 5 shows: Radio Gals, Young Frankenstein, Spitfire Grill, You Can't Take It With You, and the Thanksgiving Play. They all started running June 20th, by the way. And do they go every night?
Tuesday through Sunday. We have special Tuesday night events. So we have a New Works Festival within our festival. We have a 24-hour play cycle that's coming up next week, and that's super exciting. We're still recruiting
What
for
is
that.
It sounds like you're going all 24 hours.
Well, kind of, yeah. So anyone that wants to get involved can get together on Monday. They'll devise the script, decide who's going to do what acting, come up with themes, if they're going to use costumes. And then on Tuesday, they'll come back, they'll rehearse, and then that night they'll perform it for an audience.
Oh, how cool is that? That's total theater immersion is what
Absolutely.
that is. And that's the experience for the people participating as well as the people watching.
Yes. And then we also have a one-man play by a local author. And what else are we doing? Oh, the short plays, the 10-minute plays will be on another night. And then we have a one-night concert with Raincross Drive from Riverside, and they're wonderful.
So, I was looking at your book, and you have all these pictures in there. And what I really like is you have the pictures not just of the stars of the show or the understudies and all that stuff. You have pictures of the technical crew.
Yes,
That's
we
kinda
do.
Cool.
Because they are the bones. They make things happen. And also with the way we do things in repertory, you may be acting one night, and another night you are a technician. You're running a spotlight, or you're ushering, or you're on a running crew backstage. Everyone does a little bit of something to keep the festival going.
Wow, that is totally very, very cool. So many people involved. How many
Yes.
people?
We have around 70 people that make this thing go every year.
That's a lot.
Oh, that's
It's a lot. And we come from all over Southern California.
And so you guys just basically live in the Redlands Theater all summer long.
I have a cot.
You have a
Yeah,
cot, huh?
essentially.
You should have some place for RV parking or something like that. Or
We got
something.
couches.
You got couches.
So many couches.
We're not even going there, but casting couch. Anyway, doing so many things and being so involved. How, Alexis? We kind of asked how you became involved, and of course, we know that your dad had you, and that was it. And your mom, Catherine Cabanella, right?
Karen.
Karen
Yes.
Cabanella. Okay, and you just kind of got weaned on theater.
Well, I grew up in it. Most of my friends took fun vacations in the summer, and we did theater.
Community too.
Absolutely. Yes, completely.
Restaurant, and one of the things I took away from the restaurant after we closed it and after I sold all the equipment, and I have pictures, but I have still friendships from that restaurant that I would never have met those people had I not opened the doors. And that's the kind of thing you do in life. You never meet some people that you would truly miss if you don't open the doors to something.
Well, they become family.
Right. And I encourage you, even if it's just to go spectate and watch and enjoy, to participate and go to the Redlands Theater Festival and watch this and meet people and see this and enlighten your life. And I bet you it's enlightened your life. I'm going to put you on the spot right now, okay? And I'm going to start with Alexis.
Okay.
I asked you before the break. Tell me one of the better, pleasant memories or something that stands out in your mind that you've had through this experience.
Oh goodness. We did mention family, and I know now I can't imagine my life without most of these people. I'm really good friends with Shannon. I've met some amazing friends, and the great thing is I'm a theater teacher at Arroyo Valley High School, and here in San Bernardino. And the nice thing is knowing all these people, I can call them up and say, hey, I need a refrigerator prop, or hey, I need this. And so we all are able to share our resources because I have branched out with people, and now they can use what I have in my theater, and we share. And it's just nice having people that are there for you. And there's nothing
Those
like
relationships,
theater people. Yeah, those
marriages
relationships
happen and babies happen, just like
you have
For
yeah.
sure.
first-hand knowledge.
sure.
So tell us about one of your experiences.
Oh my gosh. I mean, where do you even start when
Yeah.
it's your whole life? I mean, when I think of festival, I mostly think of my mom and dad because this was their life, and it became our life. My sister and I, in particular, both kept going in the entertainment and theater fields. So it is hard sometimes to be up there without him because he passed on a few years ago. But also it's a great sense of accomplishment and just positivity, really, just knowing we're doing everything we can to keep his legacy going and sharing his vision.
So many people you meet, and you know their first name, their last name. Maybe you don't, or don't know their last name. But one of my experiences in theater, and as a musician, I was an pit orchestra guy in high school and in college, and I played around a lot of these different plays. But one of my most memorable was being involved with Junior University in Roosevelt Bowl, also people know as Paracel Park Bowl, and I have the privilege and honor to say that for one whole season, I got to sit like feet away from Billy Dixon.
What an honor.
Yeah, and there it was, he's playing his piano, cigarette kind of hanging from his mouth.
Yep.
He might have had a glass of something on that piano, but
I can picture it.
Tremendously talented composer. I was in college and I was like asking him questions about 17th century harmony and all this kind of stuff. And he was just right off. He was so knowledgeable, and he was just my idol. And his composing skills and his just ability. Times where we needed some bridge music or something like that, and he'd sit there, that cigarette, writing that right on the manuscript, and it's just like, wow, he's doing it so quickly. But he was very experienced, and it was just a generally kind person, not very overly demonstrative. He wasn't, fabulous, but he was Billy Dixon, and of course Patsy, so kind, so nice, and Dean Finwell and his wife, and the Henleys, and all those people I met.
Yes.
Over the years, and it was a tremendously grand experience that I wouldn't trade for a minute. After I got a little older, I wound up helping fundraise and stuff like that, and was on the board for a while. And it was a privilege and an honor to work with all those people who were truly dedicated to theater and truly dedicated to the people they worked with. And this is kind of a warm experience that you'll get. Now, your box office hours, they get tickets. How much are the tickets?
Tickets are $22 if you just buy them that night. You can go online and buy them. You can pick out your own seats. You can get the season ticket package. We also have an unlimited pass if you're local and you want to just cruise up anytime. There are a lot of different ways to see the shows. Our Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights are discount nights, so those are $18. Something for everybody.
Yeah. And if you want to buy a season ticket, is again how much?
$150.
$150. And this number I have written down, is this the number we call, 909-792-0562? Is that
Yes,
the right
sir.
number? 909-792-0562 if you want to buy them in advance. But you
Yes.
can buy them at the box office.
And you can get them online. It's probably the easiest way. And then you don't even have to stop at the box office. You could just get a QR code emailed to you. You take that right to the entrance of the seating area, and they'll show you to your seats.
Now, I don't know the dates, but I know I wrote this down for Young Frankenstein, the musical. It's tonight, the 12th, the 20th, and the 25th. Now, if you want to go see that show or Radio Gals or whatever, there's a whole calendar. Is it on the website?
Yes.
Okay.
It's on our website, rtfseason.com. And again, we're open Tuesday through Sunday nights at 8:30. Show starts at 8:30. Come early. You can picnic on the lawn. We have a little concession stand. You can park on the street. It's
Can
free.
you bring a bottle of wine with you? Or you're not supposed to say that? Okay.
Let's just say we've never had an issue.
We're not the wine police. Okay.
We're not the wine police. People do enjoy their wine.
Is there food to eat there, or do you just bring your own food?
Bring your own food. We do have some snacks, some sodas and candy, stuff like that.
And, this is not something that gets done for free at all.
No.
On our website right now, kcaradio.com, Eric just showed that, and he's going to bring it back in just a second. So there is a video on this. It will be on Kick. It will be on DeLive. It will be on Odyssey and Tiki Live and YouTube. So you can see us in all our grandeur on video, and also podcasts on our website at kcaradio.com. Under my picture, it'll say podcast. You click on that, and you'll see all my podcasts for the last number of years, in particular this last one. You can either download it and fast forward or rewind it back to where you want, or you could just listen to it, and it will just run continuously, but you can't forward it back and forth. But I recommend downloading it, and you can see this interview and other interviews there. But putting this on takes a bit of money, and
It does.
I'm sure ticket prices kind of cover it. Do you have sponsors?
We have a few small sponsors. We were always looking for more sponsors. We like to sell ads. We work strictly on a volunteer basis. So anybody that wants to volunteer, we'd love to have you.
Oh, okay. All right. And then, the logistics of this whole thing is just amazing to me. That's the first thing I said to you today. I was like, my mind was blown when I started to really do this. It was like, how in the world do they get 5 shows, 5 plays, and it's not the same play each night. It's a different play every night.
Right. So, for instance,
Repertoire.
tonight,
Yeah.
we do a traditional British repertory system, which is rarely done. I think we're one of
I think
4 in the United States that still do this insanity.
Because people will say, you're crazy.
But we're basically fitting a whole year's worth of theater into 7 weeks. So most people will do 1 show at a time, and they'll show on weekends. We're pretty much every night for the 7 weeks, and we rotate them out every night. Tonight is Young Frankenstein. We'll be closed tomorrow for the holiday,
Of course.
but we'll be back on Saturday for Radio Gals, and Sunday is You Can't Take It With You, and then we're closed on Mondays for rehearsals, and then our new works will be on Tuesday, and we kind of just started over. So it's random in rotation.
Now, do you have sellout audiences, or do you need more promotion? Or?
We need more promotion. We really need to get people up there. We've, during the late 80s to about 2000, we were jam-packed. And then the internet started, and people opened up more theaters. There's more options now. We've got the Bowl downtown that has their free programming. So we get confused with them a lot. A lot of diehard season ticket holders and people who have been with us since the dirt days, is what they call them, before the theater was built.
The dirt day.
The dirt days, yes. But these people have passed on now, or retired and moved away, and it's increasingly difficult to get new audiences to come in and try us out. People seem to want to see things over and over that they already know and not stretch themselves as much. And part of our mission is to bring new things that aren't typically produced in our area to the stage.
Live theater is so much different than if you go into one of these big theaters.
Oh, yeah.
You have the atmosphere, the environment around you, the sky above you, and the stars.
And our venue is amazing. I mean, you really can't beat our venue. Middle of a botanical garden, up on a hill. It's cooler. It's about 10 degrees cooler up in the park where we are than downtown, because of all the foliage, and it's quiet. It's beautiful under the stars. Beautiful backdrop. I just can't say enough about the feels.
Well, Lillian Vasquez, who helped arrange this interview today, knew what she was doing because she knew what I'd say. Yeah, we're going to help you. Somehow or other, we're going to help you. We're going to do some announcements for you. Not paid, volunteer, donated to you.
You're amazing.
And we'll put something together. And, maybe next year in this program, if we do it well for you, then we put a little logo in there.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'd love to.
Yeah, and we'll help you out with some, I have KCAA, KQLH 92.5, KFXM 94.1, classic oldies. I also have access to X95.7 and a few other things. Let's see if we can produce something here for you that will be interesting, entertaining, just a 60-second spot, and we'll play it.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Yeah, and we can play it on Don Williamson show and Alan show at 7 o'clock tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we'll help you out here.
Thank you so much.
Well, I'm all about the community and about helping people, especially things that are near and dear to my heart. Anything art-wise, music-wise, with the Redlands Bowl, Junior University, this Redlands Theater Festival. Sometimes we bring live musicians in here and they play their music, right, Don?
Yes, they do.
That's
right.
right.
They're very good.
I had the privilege and honor, Garth Brooks had a sister, Betsy Brooks. And Betsy passed away, but she had a whole portfolio of music that hadn't been produced yet that Garth helped produce. And then through a guy named Rodney Allen Rippey, which I don't know if you know him or not, he was the Jumbo Jack kid from a lot of years ago, right? The big Jumbo Jack.
You have to be what you ladies are.
Anyway, he's a friend of mine, and he's a representative now. And through him, we got to debut Betsy Brooks' album here. Now, of course, it wasn't live, but we did play the music for the first time, and we met a gentleman who produced for just all kinds of people, from Fleetwood Mac to Garth Brooks to the Eagles. To his portfolio was amazing, wasn't it, Eric?
Yeah, I remember seeing the Offspring in there too, next to Fleetwood Mac, and then was there Prince on there too? I think in the
Prince
back
was on there.
Yeah, this guy's art, his catalog was awesome.
So to get that started and launched, and you'll be hearing about that in the next few months as well. But we had the privilege and honor of doing that, so we get from this, and we like it and we enjoy it. And I'm sure you've worked with some very talented and famous people as well.
Along the way.
I remember a young gentleman named Kerry Smith is a friend of mine, and I'll mention him. He's a good friend of mine since the 5th grade.
We love Kerry.
Yeah,
yes.
And he'll say, he's going to mention the Lincoln Chatter. And of course I'm going to mention Lincoln Chatter. Kids were like this in elementary school, causing trouble. Good trouble, but we're causing trouble. And we came up with the idea of starting a school newspaper in elementary school. And of course, we had all kinds of help, and we sold ads in it, and we throw a big party afterwards at the end of the year with our spoils. But it was so much fun. And we vacant, abandoned teachers' lounge workshops and made it into the press room. And I'm sure teachers had such a fun watching us do that, and just got a kick out of it. But it's a memory we have, and we produced it on Ditto pages.
Oh, ditto.
Ditto. The old crank, and
the smell.
Yeah, and the smell of it, and they'd crank that thing over, and we distributed it, and we sold them to every student at Lincoln Elementary School, of all places in San Bernardino, for 5 cents a pop.
Wow, cash cow.
And then at the end of the day, one of my friends owned a motel in downtown San Bernardino. Back in the day, it was a much safer area, and we threw a pool party there, and we had all these people and all these. Oh, we were just styling. But this is the kind of example of what you can get when you get involved with theater. And I'm not just talking about Redlands Theater, all theater or music or the arts. And it's such a privilege and honor to speak to you guys today and have you promote this. And I can tell it's in your hearts, it's in your minds, it's in your souls.
Absolutely.
It's in your fabric. And in your case, probably your DNA, and probably yours too.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
Yes.
And it's the Redlands Theater program taking place from June 20th to August 2nd. It's already in motion. They have 5 plays. The Radio Gals, the Spitfire Grill, You Can't Take It With You, the Thanksgiving play, and of course tonight, Young Frankenstein the musical of the Mel Brooks Order and Fame. $30 or $22 tonight at the box office. and $150 for a season ticket. Season ticket, you get to go to 5 different places, or you get to go
Plus 4.
plus 4.
Plus 4 special events.
Plus 4 special events, and a beautiful theater, hidden, a little gem, a little jewel in the heart of Prospect Park, in the bamboo and in the trees.
That's right.
And it's 28 degrees cooler.
It feels that way. Yes.
Summarizing all this for you guys. And if you're looking for it, you can drive along Highland Avenue, and just before you get to Cajon Boulevard, it's Prospect.
That's right.
And you turn left on Prospect.
You turn right on Cajon Street, and you
Right.
park right there on Cajon.
Oh, you park there. Okay.
You'll see our big sign with a big finger that says tram entrance. That's right. And you can catch our big yellow banana Vesta cab and take a bumpy ride up the road. We're kind of famous for that.
With a beautiful view.
Beautiful view. There's 3 different lookouts on the way up. And yeah, it's just great time.
Great thing. 1100 block of Cajon Boulevard. 1170 to be accurate. The show starts at 8:30. So get there, a little bit of time. Bring a picnic basket with you.
Yes.
Yes.
Bring your favorite beverage. We
Yes.
won't be the beverage police. And don't be too crazy. And, get there. I don't know what you recommend, about 7:30?
If you want to have a nice time on the lawn, yeah, 7:30 is a great time to come.
Yeah. And you want to have the good seats. And from what I understand, there's going to be some good available seating, and it's plenty comfortable.
Yes,
Very.
outside reserved seating. You don't need to throw down a blanket or send anybody early. You'll have your own seat with a number, and you can pick it out even. So
Oh, that's wonderful. That's pretty uptown, if you ask me. And we've been speaking today with Alexa Castle and Shannon Cabanella Galuska. I'm saying that right.
Yes, you
right?
are. Yes,
And, of course, Don Williamson. I'm Mark Westwood, and we are right up on the 4th of July. You guys, whatever you do tomorrow, play safe, play fun, be courteous, enjoy yourself, make room for people, smile at people, talk to people, be kind, be generous. Let's leave all the stuff in the world behind. Tomorrow's a special day that a lot of people have died for, have shed blood for, and have sacrificed for, but at the same time have enjoyed our wonderful country all these many, many years, the United States of America. I'm
And Don Williamson.
Donna Williamson and Eric Casario in the booth. We thank you for joining us again next week. Don't forget to join Alan Barton.
7 o'clock.
The new The Reformer. That was the working title. The Reformer at 7 p.m. tonight, right here on KCA 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, the stations that leave no listener behind. NBC Radio.
NBC News Radio, I'm Brian Shook. President Trump is pleased his big beautiful bill was passed by Congress. While at Joint Base Andrews before leaving for Iowa today, Trump said the U.S. is going to take off like a rocket ship once he signs it into law. He insisted that he did not have to bargain with GOP holdouts.
No deals, no deals. What I did is we talked about how good the bill is. I mean, that's the deal, I guess, when you think about it.
The TSA is expecting to screen more than 18 million people for the 4th of July holiday. TSA spokesperson Jessica Maley says fireworks are one item travelers absolutely cannot pack in their